Hey everyone, I'm Clue. So, we're starting to get back into the swing of things, slowly working our way back up to daily videos, but, Rhinar, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm alone in feeling that this is kind of a left hook to the face, right? Especially the version that we got. It's not a great feeling. It's sort of really, I don't know, just tapered off my expectations towards the set. Everything was building, everything was looking so exciting, and it's just thrown a monkey wrench, and it has me a little worried, right? That the final Guardian hero is, I don't know, just Bravo, right? Bravo with the same treatment as Rhinar, just a new cool piece of artwork. Again, this artwork's fantastic. I think it's beautiful, right? It really fits with the thematics of the set. It's just nothing new. And worse than that, the fact that it's nothing new, I think, really doesn't mesh with the set. And third straw, I completely feel it gets overshadowed by Kaio, right? Anything you do in terms of a limited sense with heavy hitters, I feel, is just so much better geared towards Kaio than Rhinar. Now, it's kind of funny because I recorded a video before this starting to go through the cards and the spoilers, and I went a whole spiel about what I want to see from Brute, how excited I was because obviously we got Olympia and Kasai, right? So my initial interpretation was half the heroes would be new, half the heroes would be old, and what we got so far, I was more inclined to think that every hero was going to be new, and then Rhinar showed up. Anyway, let's jump in a bit more into the disconnect. So, okay, we have Kasai, we have Olympia, right? Both of them have heavy emphasis on gold, but they utilize gold in different ways, hopefully, right? Again, we still haven't really seen the gold sink of Olympia, but Kasai is self-generating gold, right, through its own mechanic here, which is independent of the set, but still, again, connected to the set because Heavy Hitters has a decent emphasis on gold, and Kasai in herself, with her specialization, has a good payoff for gold. Then we have Olympia. Olympia wants to wager. Wager is one of the key mechanics of the set. So again, he's fully tied in, but he's still doing something a little bit different to Kasai, and both of them feel like they fit the set. We can then go to Guardian. Well, Fabtcg again, build off the wager mechanic. So fully connected with what Heavy Hitters is trying to do. Then we get to Kaio and Rhinar, right? So Kaio is a wonderful, right, reinterpretation of Brute. Again, sort of a new direction for us to take, especially because of how many doors it opens with what you can put into your deck with this whole, get +1 in any zone mechanic, right? There's so many cards that are now more applicable to Brute and their whole reach 6 power. And then we have Rhinar, right? Fancy art. I mean, it's just the classic constructed classic battles artwork, which is also kind of weird, right? They went and got new artwork for the adult version, but then they stuck the classic battle art because it's a token, because there's no point in it getting a cold foil, right? So there's never going to be a cold foil armory kit for it. It's a little bit confusing. It sort of feels to me like it's a corner cut with the set, right? They could have easily gone that little step further, got fresh artwork, again, that fit the arena theme, like they have with adult Rhinar. But so actually, to make it worse to think about, right, they have edited the card, right? So they've gone back and they've realized that, well, we want to make sure people know what Intimidate does. So we've entered the little blurb, and the initial Rhinar from Classic Battles does not have it. So again, there's been that level of thought towards the card, but then it's just the same old artwork instead of making it fit with the theme of the set. Okay, so that does, again, make me feel a little disappointed, right? We're getting so many cool things and then just a little bit of drop off with Rhinar. I feel like if he was spoiled as one of the first heroes, or, sort of went back and forth, we went like Kasai, Rhinar, Olympia, whatever the other Guardian is, if it's not something completely new, right? And then like Kaio to finish off, because I think everyone's super excited about Kaio more than anything, because again, it's not completely tied to the set. It still feels like it is connected to what the set's going for with the token generation and whatnot, but it is by far the one hero, well, aside from Rhinar, that isn't tied down to the mechanics introduced in the set. Now, from my personal perspective, what I wanted to see for Brute, right? So again, we have this open-ended concept with Kaio. Again, if we use Warrior as the example, while Kasai, once again, generates gold, she does it in her own way that feels connected to the set, but also a bit more of a blank slate than Olympia, who wants to use all the wager mechanics. So what I really wanted to see for Brute was this mechanic, Clash. I think Clash just would have done wonders for Brute, right? If it was heavily emphasized in a hero. So whatever the trigger is, you cause a clash, and then being Brute, you want to stack your deck with those heavy hitting attacks, so you are most likely to win a lot of clashes. I think that would have been right up the alley, and again, it would have made it feel like it fit with the set a lot more, right? I feel like this Rhinar, having a clash ability, feels a lot better than Intimidate, right? Because he seems like he's not imposing, he's just come at me, I'm gonna show you that I'm stronger, and that feels, it just exudes the confidence of Clash, not Intimidate to me, right? Compared to the old artwork of him, you know, ripping things apart, or the adult, right? This guy looks intimidating, yeah? And then even the young version, well, I would say this is probably more intimidating. Again, being part of battle, just that powerful primal roar. Again, the severed head. Pretty sure that's what he's carrying here too, right? It feels intimidating. This guy just feels like a gladiator, right? But anyway, what can we do? It's what we end up getting. It is just, you know, like we're building up. The set was looking great. Again, it just blew my expectations away more than, you know, how much I fell in love with Bright Lights. And then it's just Rhinar. He's here. Cool, right? I mean, not as dramatic as like Kaio, who's lost a hand, but still, I guess. I will see what they do with him. Maybe there's something impactful more. But even his specialization isn't anything, you know, revolutionary. It's a cool mechanic. It's you finish a card. So when there's attacks, Intimidate, hopefully that snags the last card from their hand, and that way, you know, you get the bonus 3. Other than that, it's just to me, at the very least. I'm more excited for all the other specializations, especially with what they can do for Cheyenne, right? They're right up my alley. But yeah, I don't know. Anyone else just a little disappointed with the choice to include OG Rhinar just with new art? And I suppose since we are, you know, talking about Brute, we might as well touch on Beat Chest as well, right? So Beat Chest is the consolidation of their big mechanic, but at the same time, it's sort of power creeps, right? All the other discard mechanics, because usually they're random, but Beat Chest is obviously you may discard a card with 6 or more, so it allows you to get a more concise trigger on some of your other mechanics. So, you know, depending on how hard they go with Beat Chest in the future, it can definitely just completely power creep all the random cards. So that is something to keep an eye on. But overall, right, we've got wager mechanic, build all these tokens, build gold, what heavy hitters seem to be to me, right? And then we just have Brute sort of doing its own thing. And I guess excited and not excited at the same time, right? There's still obviously Create Agility and Might token. We've seen the combo cards, which are down the token alley. But then, yeah, just consolidation of that mechanic through Beat Chest. OG Rhinar. Again, I think Kaio is fantastic. Sorry, KO. I keep going back and forth. Which is it? Let me know. Is it KO or Kaio? Probably KO, right? Because of like a play on KO, your opponent. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's interesting. Interesting choice. That's all I can say. And yeah, threw me for a loop, right? From what I was expecting, hoping to see. Now, in terms of the Guardian hero, right? So obviously, that's Agility, Might, and Vigor are the other 2 token slots there. But 244 could still be Seismic Surge, right? So Bravo is not out the door. But I do hope we see, again, sort of similar to Kasai and KO, a new take on Guardian, right? So again, you have Betsy tied heavily to the wager mechanic, and then you have another Guardian that's a bit more open-ended, probably just something to do with tokens, right? Tokens across the board, not just Seismic Surge. I think that would be lovely to see. But if we do get that, then that would make Rhinar feel even worse, right? That so much development and interesting ideas have been made manifest for all the other classes, and then Brute is, again, a fantastic idea. Then just Rhinar, right? Back in the mix, just for the sake of it. Yeah, it's just a little disappointing, right? Anyway, what do you think? You happy with Rhinar? Again, I think the artwork is fantastic. I love this artwork, right? It just appeals to me a lot more than OG Rhinar, right? So fantastic to see. Love to see it in cold foil, but I feel like it could have done with a new ability, right? Would have made the artwork a bit more worthwhile to me with a new ability. Which, speaking of which, like Rhinar got shafted again because you've got other Dorinthia from Classic Battles, and then you just have Rhinar. Anyway, I guess it also sort of tells towards the future, right? How they feel about just alt art heroes. So that could be coming out the works. We'll see. Anyway, let me know what you think. I've said that like 3 times, haven't I? So yeah.